G'day camper, has this ever been you? Everyone says PVC bucket floors for your swag or tent are completely waterproof and the only way to go. So why is nobody talking about this one design flaw that can make the PVC bucket floor completely useless? So I purchased this swag just so I could review it on this channel. And amongst other issues, I'm having a serious water ingress problem. I've seasoned this swag 4 times, and every time I've opened it after it's dried, there's water pooled in the PVC floor. So what did I do? Well, I set the whole thing up with a sleeping bag and went to camp in it in the backyard. All looks good down there. It's not even damp to the touch. Dry. Oh, that's annoying. It's this seam here. The seam at the bottom of the door flap. Look at it. It's all across the top. Right. All the way under my sleeping bag, right through the middle. Same on the other side. All along the edges there. Okay, so the mattress is soaked, but I still can't see exactly how it's getting in. So I climb out of the swag in the rain and I find this. So that's the leaky seam. And if we go outside, you can see the door zips over there. All the water runs straight into this gap. It can't fall over the edge, it just goes straight through. That is absolutely appalling. All right, there's water pooling on the seam. So what, it's soaking through? Not exactly. So I'm in the swag now, it's nice and dark. And if I turn the seam upside down, put a bit of pressure on it, you can see all these pinpricks of light. And everywhere you can see light like that is where water's going to come in. So why are there gaping holes in the PVC floor? Honestly, I didn't care too much at this point. I just wrote it off as a rubbish swag and didn't think more about it. Until about 2 weeks later, when I went to go camping and overlanding, I did want to talk to Aaron, the greatest gear whiz I know, about a problem with leaking I was having in the PVC ends of my camper trailer. And here's what Aaron told me. That seasoning a swag or a tent is actually a little bit of bovine excrement. You see, the fabric is usually treated and waterproofed. So what you're doing when you're seasoning your swag is you're just getting the seams to swell so they become watertight. Now I'd really like to explain this with like a really nice little diagram that I'd sketched out, or even better, a computer animation. But I can't do either of those. I couldn't draw a straight line if I tried. So I'm going to use my fingers. So what happens is you've got a hole like this, right? So say that's your stitch hole. And say this finger is a stitch. So we put that through the hole and there's all this space around the hole. Now, when you wet the swag, that hole will close up a little bit. Let's say as my finger gets fatter as it goes along, as it does. Now the hole's a bit smaller. You let it dry. You season it again. That hole might close up a bit more. And the stitch will swell a bit more. And then, eventually, after enough seasoning, the fabric and the stitch have swelled enough to make a watertight seal. When it comes to PVC, hole, PVC does not swell. If the hole in the PVC has been punched too big, the stitch goes in, you season it, that stitch might swell a bit, but the hole doesn't change at all. Now, if they've used good quality stitching that's got a lot of room to swell, it might actually, over a couple of times seasoning it, might swell enough. So now let's say 2 fingers is the big fat stitch that's going through the PVC. Look at that, watertight seal. But if that stitch can't swell enough, you've still got all this space where water can come in. Now in the case of this swag, there's a second element to what he said, and that is the seam type. This swag has seams made the cheapest way, which is a plain seam. In a plain seam, your fabric is brought together like so, sewn together across here, and then when it's turned inside out, you end up with this valley here. And this is where the water's getting in on my swag, obviously. I looked at a few other swags and I noticed that the method of joining the canvas to the base was a little bit different. Aaron tells me this is called a flat seam. In a flat seam, let's say this bottom piece is the PVC floor and this top piece is the canvas. The canvas is laid over the PVC and stitched nice and flat. Now you can see there's nowhere where water can pool. If from the back you were to see large holes in the PVC, they're probably not going to leak because canvas is covering it. With my plain seams, the stitching into the PVC will always be exposed, and therefore there will always be the chance for it to leak. But hang on, you're not going to believe this. I've just finished filming, I'm at home, I've finished filming this entire video, and it just gets worse. It gets worse. Look at this. There's the binding, that's the nylon binding, it's not waterproof at all. I'm going to make a cut in it so as I can show you my point. That's where I've cut it. I can stick a paintbrush through the seam. The threads probably aren't even the problem so much. And if a paintbrush can go through it, straight through this non-waterproof binding, that can never, ever be waterproof. So the solution must be to completely rubbish any swag or tent that has a plain seam, right? Well, not entirely. First of all, yes, if you're looking for a new swag or a tent and budget allows, try and choose one where the canvas and the PVC meet as a flat seam. They're more difficult and expensive to produce, so you won't usually see it on low-end models. If you are looking at something with a plain seam, check for seam sealing tape. It literally just looks like clear, semi-glossy sticky tape, but it's permanently bonded and forms a watertight seal. But neither of those things really helps you if you've got a leaky old bucket at home ruining your camping trips. For that, I'm going to take you home with me right now, and I'll show you in my backyard what we do about this problem. Here we are, home. Now, you need to manually seal these holes. One way you can try and do it is by rubbing wax into these threads and then heat it with a hairdryer. This should melt it right into the threads in the holes and seal your leaks. It didn't work on my camper trailer. Another thing people try and do is use just plain old roof and gutter bathroom silicone. Now, I don't really believe in that method as a long-term fix. First of all, the stuff is too thick. So it goes on thick and looks ugly, and it's not really going to be able to seep into those threads and holes properly. Also, this stuff is flexible, but this tube says 25% flexible, and I think when you're rolling up a swag, that's more than 25% flex, so probably not the best option. This is what Aaron recommended to me. It's called Seam Grip, and I accidentally purchased the Seam Grip Plus Sil, which is a silicone-based one, which if you have a silicone nylon-based tent, which is really more of a hiking thing, you absolutely need this. But as assured me, this will work just fine on anything else. In your case, you're probably working with more of a canvas type product, in which case you want the Seam Grip Plus WP. And I'll pop a link down in the description, so if you need to get some, you can just click that and get exactly the right stuff. And now you just paint it on. Maybe get a small brush and brush the seam out if there's any dust in it first. And then I use a small paintbrush, one bit at a time, just carefully paint it on. Make sure you get good, complete coverage. And as you can see, it really works its way into the crack. Now, I've done the other side of this swag for you yesterday, so I can put the sprinkler on it for 10 minutes, and hopefully I haven't just given you a load of BS for this whole video, and what I've done has actually worked. Just quietly, I'm pretty confident. It's good stuff. Okay, the sprinkler's just finished going on the other side there. That was on for 10 minutes. Let's have a look. Looks dry. Feels cool, feels cold. You can tell the water's been on the PVC on the other side. But that is a great success. And there you go. The fatal flaw with PVC floors is now solved. Hopefully when you're thinking about your next swag or tent and you need it to be weatherproof, this has helped you make the right decision. And if you've already got a leaky bucket like this one, hopefully that little technique with the seam grip helps you fix it right up. Should be good as gold from now on. And if you have any of your own tips and suggestions, please make sure you leave them in the comments down below, and you might just be helping a fellow camper in the future.